Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast, where we keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Because why? Because we ain't never ever scared. Hit that like button on your way in. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel if you haven't already. For anybody that may come in that is new, because I do have a lot of new subs, please make sure that you're also subscribed to my other YouTube channel. All you have to do is go to the search bar and type in Upper Reloaded. I also live stream from there as well. And I actually may be going live on that channel later on today. So there it is, posted at the bottom of the chat at Upper Reloaded. That's my other channel where I do reactions and everything else. Also, if you like to donate to my channel, my Cash App is pinned at the bottom of the screen. I do have a goal today of 5 super chats or super stickers. So if you would like to donate to my channel, that really helps out as well, because it adds to revenue for my channel. Okay, so if you guys would like to donate, the super sticker goal today is 5. Now let's get into the story. Let's just hurry up and just hop on into it, y'all. So a new update has been released today. Apparently, a 14-year-old child has orchestrated all of this kidnapping drama with the Jamal White situation. Before I even get into the news article, the first thing that I'm going to say is I call BS, okay? I call BS because there's too many different stories and scenarios, and this happened and this person being arrested and that person being arrested. Just the other day, the mama was arrested for involvement in the abduction. Now, according to the statements from Corey Williams, the first person that was arrested for, and he wasn't even arrested and charged for the kidnapping, he was arrested for something else, okay? But now it's being said that a 14-year-old child knows the mother, Siobhan, and orchestrated all of this on his own and got all of these grown people to participate in the kidnapping of this child. Before we go, and then we got a lot now. Listen, I'm not trying to crap on nobody else's theory or anybody else's content on this subject matter, but let me just say this. We got to use our own brains, y'all. Just because that's what's being reported in the news does not, or being reported by the police to the news stations does not mean that it's true. Now, you have a right to believe it or not. I don't believe it. I think the story is going to change. I think the police are going to discover that all of that shit is made up. What I think, well, let's get into the article first. Okay, let's pull the article up. Because on this channel, I don't just report what the news say. I report what the news say, and I report what I think about it, because I don't believe everything that I read. Now, common sense, I just put a video out the other day. A lot of y'all probably didn't even see it, but I did put a video out the other day where I did a breakdown, and I should, matter of fact, I'm going to play it for you guys. I did a breakdown of why I feel like this was an orchestrated kidnapping. Regardless of what the news says or anyone else says, well, how did I do that? I still believe that it was orchestrated. I still believe it was orchestrated. By whom? By whom? But I do still feel that it was orchestrated. I don't care what the news say. I don't care what them folks over there telling the police. I don't care what little 14-year-old child they trying to blame for this, because it sounded to me like they're trying to blame a minor. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Comic Collective, for the first super sticker of the night. I had a goal of 5. I got 1 from Com and Collectives. Thank you so much for your support. And I have 4 more left, y'all. Help me reach my goal, please, if you can. I don't care what they're trying to put on this child, because I really believe that they're scared. They've come to an agreement to put this on the baby, on the 14-year-old. I don't know why this keeps doing this. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's get into the article. So this is the website that I've been reading on. Okay, just the other day, this same news source reported that the mother was arrested, I believe, on the 14th or the 15th, in connection with the kidnapping of her son. Now it's being reported that according to Corey Williams, The mother was actually the target, and a 14-year-old child is the one that set this all up. Now let's get into the article. It states Milwaukee man charged in connection with abduction of now recovered Jamal White, 7 years old. A Milwaukee man has been charged in connection to the abduction of a 7-year-old Jamal White, who has been found. Corey Williams, 25, was charged on July 17th with being party to the crime of kidnapping. So he was charged just today. He was arrested pending charges, but today he's actually been charged with being party to the crime of kidnapping with intent to transfer property, taking hostages, and contributing to the delinquency of a child. We're going to get into that in a moment. Jamal, known as Baby J, was abducted at firearm point. I have to use keywords, y'all, so I don't get flagged. Firearm point, and found the following day. Less than 24 hours after an Amber Alert was issued and a Milwaukee police designated the child critically missing. On July 13th, Milwaukee police arrested Williams at an address connected to the kidnapping. Okay, y'all following? On July 17th, police said they also arrested a 38-year-old man and a 14-year-old boy in retaliation to the abduction and intend to refer criminal charges to Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. The department is not seeking additional suspect, it said in an email. Okay. According to the criminal complaint, Jamal's father told Milwaukee Police Department officer that a white Jeep had drove up to the front of his Wyrick Park residence while his son rode his bike out front. The parent, unnamed in the complaint, said he ran inside the residence when he saw black men jump out of the Jeep carrying firearms. The father said he saw the men grab Jamal without consent, put the child in the white Jeep, and drive eastbound. Let me stop right there because let me just get on his ass one last time. I know I got on that ass yesterday, but I'm gonna get on that ass one more time. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't see you guys coming in. Let's see. Hey, Terry. Hey, Savvy. Thank you, Josephine, for that super sticker. I really appreciate that. I think we're down to, hey, we got 2 down, 3 more to go. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for that membership. Cancer 66 says, oh my God, I've been waiting for this live. What did I miss, girl? So let's just stop right here, okay? So the police are now letting the news outlets know what has been reported to them from this family, and they're letting out small details bit by bit. This part right here is really what threw me for a loop, because yesterday when we were talking about how Jamal White Sr. missed the ran off the plug twice on his child, when we were talking about him yesterday, we were like, at what point did he decide that he needed to come back outside because his child was out there, right? He raced and closed the door and left the child outside. Now, some people said that he was going into the home to obtain a weapon so that he could then come out and defend himself and his child. A lot of people were saying, well, maybe he ran in the house to get a weapon. Okay, cool. It says here that he actually told the police that he saw. Okay, let's highlight this part because I'm not off his ass. It says that, why does this thing keep doing this? Hold on, y'all. This thing is acting weird. It says that the father said he saw the men grab Jamal without consent. Remember, when Jamal was grabbed, the dad was in the house. He saw them put the child into the white Jeep and drive eastbound. So he was watching the whole time from the window that his son was being kidnapped. I just thought that I'd highlight that point, that he literally told the police that he saw them grab the child and put the child in the car and told them what direction that the car drove. So he literally sat in the house. Listen, I just can't get over this. He sat in the house and watched them kidnap his son and came out when it was safe. Just saying. Just had to point that little part out. But anyway, officers reviewed a surveillance video that confirmed the account of the abduction. Police officers located Jamal on July 12th in the upper unit of a Washington Park house, according to the complaint. They found the 7-year-old hiding in the attic of the duplex with a methamphetamine pill in his pocket. What is going on? The police found Jamal on July 12th in the attic of the home with a methamphetamine pill in his pocket. Huh, what is going on? The detective interviewed Jamal on July 13th. According to now they interviewed the little boy. This is Baby J they're interviewing. According to the complaint, Jamal said a man grabbed him by the back of his shirt and took him when he was at his father's house. The 7-year-old recalled being in a car with 3 unknown men who drove him to the house where police ultimately recovered him. Let's read on. Let me make sure I'm looking at my let me pull up my other screen so I see y'all comments and stuff. Okay, thank you, Cancer66, for that super sticker, that super chat. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Hey, Tabby, welcome in. Rosalind, No More Drama, Pammy Pooh, CS. I think that's all, y'all. Okay. Jamal said he heard one of the men talking to his mother while they were in the house. He told the detective he heard his mother say she was going to come and pick me up, but she never came. Now let's highlight this part. Now, y'all know that Siobhan Williams, his mother, was arrested for pending charges for being connected somehow to this kidnapping. Okay, I don't know what's going on with her right now, but that was the last report that I read, that she was arrested pending charges to the kidnapping of Jamal White. So let's get into how this 14-year-old plays a part. Okay. According to the complaint, now pay attention to this part, okay? Remember when, okay, so Jamal goes missing. 4 hours later, an Amber Alert is posted. The very next day, now that was at midnight. Thank you, No More Drama. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Did I meet my goal? I don't know. I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more to go. Thank you guys. Wow, I appreciate y'all. I don't know why it's not reflecting in my goal up there. It says 2 to 5, but I really have 4, so I don't know why that's saying that. Okay, so the boy is, first of all, let me just say this. The child is kidnapped around 7-something at night, the day before. Okay. 4 hours later is when reports are saying, now I can't verify this, but it is being said that the police were called 4 hours later. That's what's being said. Some people are saying the Amber Alert was put out 4 hours later. Some people are saying that the call actually came in 4 hours later. I would love to hear what the police have to say about why the Amber Alert was issued so late, because nobody is really verifying what time the police were called to report this child missing. I think that's very important to know, because they're putting it on the police right now and saying they called in a missing child, a critically missing child, not just a missing child that may have wandered off, but a missing child who was abducted at gunpoint. So a critically missing child, they didn't put out an Amber Alert for this child until midnight, when the incident happened around 7 or 7:30 that day. So that doesn't sound right to me. I think there's something else to that. Okay, so and then after that, the very next day, a $50,000 reward was posted to the public for any tips on information regarding this child. 2 to 3 hours later, after that $50,000 reward was presented to the public, a tip from the family comes in. Okay, let's not forget that part. See, the thing about it is, every single day with this story, something new is coming out. So a lot of these bloggers and a lot of these people that's covering the story are literally going by what's coming out day by day, when literally every single thing that they're posting day by day contradicts what they posted the day before. And the reason for that is because they're in the middle of an investigation. So you really kind of have to use your critical thinking skills, because tomorrow the story is probably going to be different. Tomorrow it'll be the 14-year-old actually didn't have anything to do with it, because we have to look at what makes sense. Okay, the mother was just arrested for pending charges. At this point, we don't know what she's being charged with, but when she was arrested, she was pending charges due to possible involvement in the kidnapping of this child. Okay. Then we have Corey Williams, who was arrested, who was involved in the kidnapping. Then we have the uncle who was arrested for pew-pewing at the search for the child. So, not to mention, this child said the little boy told the police when they interviewed him that he heard his mother on the phone with the kidnappers. The police need to look into that, because it could be that they're saying that the kidnappers called in the ransom to the mother, and the mother was on the phone negotiating with the kidnappers. But, and this is what a lot of the other bloggers are saying, however, if this is what was going on, if somebody called the mother, if they were trying to negotiate a ransom with the mother, why would the mother not report that to the police? Your child is missing and you're communicating with the kidnapper. When was she going to tell the police this? The police did not report this until recently, when all of this stuff about the 14-year-old came up. Now it's being reported. But Baby J is saying that he heard his mother communicating with the kidnappers while he was at the house. So why did it take a family member to call in a tip? Why didn't the mother call in and say, yeah, the kidnappers called me? See, y'all not thinking about this stuff. Y'all not thinking about this stuff. So then, okay, so Jamal said he heard one of the men talking to his mother while they were in the house. He told the detective he heard his mother say she was going to come and pick him up, but she never did. According to the complaint, Jamal teared up, remembering his mother did not come pick him up. In a photo array, Jamal identified Williams as the man who drove the car in which he was taken. In an interview with a different detective, Williams alleged Jamal's mother is a well-known rug dealer. I'll say rug. Okay, so this is what the kidnapper, oh, my mouse is acting funny. This is what the kidnapper is saying, that Baby J's mother is a well-known rug dealer in the area. Okay. Williams claimed that he borrowed the white Jeep to assist in robbing Jamal's mother at firearm point at her home July 11th. After waiting by her home that day and not encountering her, Williams and two companions drove to Jamal's father's residence instead. In the interview, Williams confirmed the account of the 7-year-old's abduction. After driving off with Jamal, the plan changed. Williams recounted according to the court document. So, Corey Williams, the light-skinned guy whose picture that we've seen, whose mugshot we've seen, is verifying what Jamal is saying, that there were 2 other men in the vehicle, so on and so forth, okay? So after driving off with Jamal, the plan changed. Williams recounted according to the court document. His companions contacted Jamal's mother later that night. Okay, so he was kidnapped at 7-something that evening. And later on that same night, Corey Williams and whoever he was with contacted the mother. Are y'all paying attention to this article? I want all the bloggers that's covering this story to please use your critical thinking skills, okay? Context clues and everything else. Those of you all that are saying that the mother is not involved in any way in this are crazy. It says, listen to what is being said. His companions contacted Jamal's mother later that night and demanded $100,000 in jewelry in exchange for her son. They offered to meet her at a nearby park. Jamal, let's come on, y'all. Let's think now. I'm gonna read the comments in 1 second. Let's think now. Let's use these brains in our heads. Jamal was kidnapped, and I use that term loosely, at 7:30 or 7 p.m. On that day. The kidnappers are reporting to the police that they called Jamal's mother that same night and offered a ransom, according to what they're telling the police. That would mean that the mother knew who had her children, where they wanted to meet her at, and she knew what was going on. She knew that her son was alive. She knew what she had to do to get him back, according to the story. But what we do know is that the child was still missing, and nobody had any answers as far as to where he was the next day. If you remember, they did a search party at Carmen Park the following day. Why is a search party being conducted, and why are the police still searching for vehicles and looking around and still saying the boy hasn't been found, when the kidnappers are saying that they told the mother the night before what was going on? But the mother did not report to the police that the child was being held for ransom. She didn't report that to the police that day, because the next day the police were still searching. They were still doing search parties. They had no idea where the child was. It was all over the news. Meanwhile, the mother knew that the child was being held for ransom. So then you have to ask yourself, if they're saying that the mother knew, according to them, I don't even know if I can believe this. If the mother knew where the child was, if the mother knew why the child was kidnapped, if the mother knew why the child was being held and what she had to give in order to get the child back, why in the world would she not report this to the police? Either it's all a big lie, or she didn't report it to the police because she knows that she's involved in shady, illegal activity, and she was more scared to go to jail for selling rugs than she was concerned about getting her 7-year-old out of the hands of the kidnappers. It's one or the other. Either they're lying, and all of that is a lie, or she didn't report it to the police because she was scared to get in trouble. You, as the mother, knew where your child was. You knew who had your child. You knew he was being held for ransom, but it took another family member to call in the tip. Meanwhile, she's dead silent on social media throughout the whole day that the search party and everything else is going on. So ain't nobody gonna ask no questions about that. I think the uncle did, April. April said, did they get bonds yet? I think the uncle did. Tabby said the whole family crazy. The whole family crazy and the whole family lying. I don't believe none of them. The story changed every damn day. Don't think nobody will be getting that $50,000 reward. Yeah, well, if they didn't get it already, there will be more people arrested. I'm sure. It sounds like a whole lot of hands was in this. Yeah, I think so too. Let's continue on with the article. And the article then goes on to say, Williams said Jamal's mother never showed up to the meeting. So let me stop there. Baby J's mom, or Corey Williams, is reporting that he spoke to the mom, gave the ransom, allegedly spoke with her. She knew what was going on, and she just didn't show up. Not only did she not show up, she also didn't call the police. What sense does that make, y'all? Do that make sense to y'all? She knew where the boy was, and she didn't show up with the money, didn't show up with the ransom money, didn't call the police, didn't tip the police off. They all into the next day, and she's not even reporting what's going on. Once the three abductors became aware of the Amber Alert, they discussed whether they should harm the child to show they were serious, but did not do so, the complaint states. If Williams is convicted on the 3 charges, all felonies, he could face a combined maximum penalty exceeding 100 years in prison. Okay, now let's see. Let me pull this other article up, y'all. Because I just read an article not too long ago where they're trying to say that now they're trying to say, oh, I know, that a 14-year-old is involved. Hey, Andrew. Let's see. Give me 1 second, you guys. And then a lot of people also are on social media saying, y'all owe Jamal White Daddy an apology. I'm not apologizing to that nigga. That nigga ran off on the plug twice. Like I said yesterday, he ran off and left that child outside with them kidnappers. And like I said yesterday, He yelled out the window while they was kidnapping the boys. Last one in the house was a rotten egg, and he let them kidnap his son. He's not getting no damn apology from me, because it just ain't no way that you could just leave your son outside and watch him through the window being kidnapped. Because we just saw the article that said he literally saw them grab the child, put the child in the vehicle, and drive eastbound. So hell no. Hold on, you guys. I don't see the article. You know what? Where is let me pull up Draco's page. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here it is. Let's see.
More information has came out in the kidnapping of baby J, because y'all, a 14-year-old has been arrested in connection with this case. Now, we know that Corey Williams has been arrested and charged in connection with this kidnapping, but the 14-year-old is actually telling it all. So in my last video, I talked about how baby J said that he heard his mom on the phone with these kidnappers, but y'all, the 14-year-old has more information on that as well. So he told detectives, look, we know baby J's mom, and we know that she's a known drug dealer. So allegedly, there were multiple FaceTime calls with the mom where she showed large sums of money and drugs. So they planned to rob her. Now listen, on that particular day, they're saying that they went to that home to rob the mom. But once they pulled up, they end up seeing baby J and his dad.
My question is, how close together do the mom and the dad live? How close together do they live? So you pulled up to the house. So you pulled up initially, according to this 14-year-old. Thank you, Angie, so much for that super sticker. I appreciate you. I think I reached my goal, y'all. I appreciate that. Pulled up initially to kidnap, to rob the mom. Mom wasn't there, so they decided to go then and get the dad.
So originally, the plan was to rob baby J's dad, Jamal Sr. But they're saying that once he ran in the house and left baby J, they decided to take baby J as collateral. So once they took baby J, they started to talk to Siobhan on.
All of this is a lie. I don't believe any of it. I don't believe any of this. I'm getting ready to show y'all my breakdown of this kidnapping. I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe a word of any of this. I think that the initial plan was to kidnap the child. So let me let her.
And this 14-year-old is saying that they arranged a meeting at a park, and Siobhan told them that she would give them $10,000 in cash and jewelry in exchange for baby J. But y'all, when they went to that park, Siobhan never showed up. Now they're saying that they started.
Why Siobhan? Okay. This is what the bloggers that's covering this story are what they're not thinking about. If Siobhan was supposed to meet the kidnappers at the park because she was supposed to meet them and give them the ransom money and the jewelry, but she didn't show up to the park that night, why didn't Siobhan call the police and have the police meet the kidnappers at the park? Duh. Y'all, that lady is not innocent. I don't think any of them are innocent, to be honest with you. I think all these niggas had something to do with it. But the mom definitely is not innocent. Because ain't no way in the world that you talked to the kidnappers, told them what time you were going to meet them, and you didn't show up to meet them. Not only did you not show up to me, if it was me, do you know I would have been like, yeah, I'll be there. And then as soon as I hung up, I'd have called the police. I have to go meet the kidnappers at such and such park on 12th Street. Can you all be parked around the corner? Because I have to get him this ransom to get my son. Can y'all meet me there? I would have been there, and I would have called the police to meet me there. The fact that they're saying that the mom didn't show up shows that they actually went to the park to meet her. The police could have been caught these people, so-called kidnappers, if the mom would have called the police. How did you go to sleep at that night knowing where your son was and knowing that you didn't go pick him up? That doesn't make sense. And nobody's asking that question. I don't understand why.
Discussing whether they were going to harm Baby J, but instead they decided to put him in the attic and just discuss what they were going to do next. Now, like I said before, a lot of people feel like this is a stage situation and that these people knew each other. And
it is a stage situation. They do know each other. Listen, y'all, listen to this. Check it out. So So Corey Williams is reporting that that all of this was orchestrated by a 14-year-old, and that the mother had nothing to do, nor the family had anything to do with the orchestration of this kidnapping. So are we all forgetting that Corey Williams was interacting with the mother on social media weeks before the kidnapping occurred? So just because a news article comes out saying that a 14-year-old somehow orchestrated all of this and everybody don't know what's going on, please, do y'all actually believe that? Are y'all forgetting that that this person, Corey Williams, that's giving his account of what happened, was on social media interacting with the mother weeks prior? Hello, people. She knows him, but they haven't reported to the police. Okay, so let's name out all the shit that y'all know I like to do this, all the stuff that don't make sense. Number one, the ransom was presented and the mother never went to go pick up the child. Number one should be Jamal, Baby J, heard the mother on the phone talking to the kidnappers. Number two, the kidnappers confirmed that they talked to the mother and were speaking about a ransom, and that they were supposed to be meeting her that night at the park, and she never showed up. Number three, the mother never reports to the police that a ransom has been put in place for her son, and she is scheduled to meet the kidnappers at the park on that night. Number four, the police and the public are still in an uproar the next day because nobody knows where Baby J is, and mom is on social media, radio silent, not speaking on anything, even though she secretly knows where her son is, who has her son, and that there's a ransom for her son. So she knows this. Number five, she was friends and was interacting on social media with the kidnapper. Now, who innocent now? Who innocent? And I'm gonna play the video that I did yesterday with the breakdown of that stage kidnapping that happened. I'm still gonna keep calling it a stage kidnapping because it don't make sense. Let me let Draco finish. I don't know if y'all follow Draco on TikTok or Facebook or whatever. I love her channel. Hey D Ham, hey Spicy Brown, Gigi, everybody that came in the room.
Let me say this, everybody is innocent.
I love her channel.
Until proven guilty. We're not accusing anyone of anything. But I 100% feel like they did know each other. I thought that the dad was
This is why I fucks with Draco. She uses her mind, she uses her brain. She don't just get on here and report what she read. Okay, because every day we're reading conflicting stories about this thing. So she uses her mind.
Target that day when they jumped out. But once the dad made it inside of their house, they took Baby J. Now, the fact that they instantly got
That's the part I don't agree with, Draco. I think that that Baby J was the target initially. A lot of people are believing that the dad was the target. I don't believe nothing that Corey Williams is saying. He's a fucking criminal. Why would we believe him or his statement? I don't believe nothing Corey Williams is saying. I don't believe it. I'm going to show y'all. Hold on.
The phone with the mom and was talking to the mom and negotiating. That shows you that they knew who these people were, which goes against what the family is saying, that they had no idea who had this baby. So does this make the parents responsible for what took place? One thing that broke my heart was when I read everything, the detective said that Baby J started crying when he was recounting, thinking that his mom was coming, but she never did. Now, maybe Siobhan didn't come because the police had been contacted. I honestly don't know, but y'all, this case is unfolding. New information is coming out within minutes. Now, I'm guessing because they started arresting people, people are starting to talk. And that 14-year-old is telling it all. Now, there was some rumors online saying that a cousin said that this whole thing was staged for GoFundMe money. But as of right now, nothing has come out about GoFundMe money. The only thing that we know for sure is once they took baby J from his dad, they did get on the phone with Siobhan and try to negotiate with her and try to talk to her. But from what the 14-year-old is saying, y'all, this is not me saying this. He's saying that Siobhan never showed up. And baby J is saying that as well. Now, y'all, comment below and let me know your thoughts on this whole update.
Siobhan need to answer that. Siobhan, if you don't have anything to do with this, why didn't you show up to go pick up or drop off the ransom with the police? You could have called the police and had them park in a secret or a location where they couldn't be seen, so that when you were doing the exchange with the ransom, the kidnappers could have been arrested. But no, not only did you not meet the kidnappers or alleged kidnappers, but you also didn't even call the police. Come on, guys. Let's be for real. Let's be serious here. This is all bullshit. She was involved. The damn daddy was involved, in my opinion, allegedly. Just my opinion. Nothing is proven. All of these niggas was involved. She knew how you know the kidnappers. How somebody call you and say they kidnapped your kid and then come meet them at the park with some money and you know them and be talking to them on social media. And they be liking your pictures on social media. But then when you find out that the boy has been kidnapped for ransom, you go to sleep like it's a regular night. You like, fuck it, I can't make it out there tonight. I ain't got no gas money. What? You just didn't go meet the kidnappers. Like, come on. It sounded to me like baby J was somewhere that she trusted for him to be, because she just let him stay there overnight. Didn't say nothing to the authorities. We're not about to just skim over that like it didn't happen. Okay. The daddy ran off on the plug twice, and you went to bed knowing your son was at a kidnapper's house. What? Like I said, all of this is some bullshit. They staged the kidnapping. All of them are involved, and now they're trying to get the 14-year-old to say that he did it, because they're thinking that a minor is not going to be charged as harshly as an adult. Period, point blank. So they telling the minor, go ahead and take that charge. They're going to let you out. They're going to probably put you in juvie, give you a couple years, whatever. But us, we going to be in there for a minute. So they that's all that is. They trying to find a minor to take the heat on. How a 14-year-old orchestrate all of this? Not even which as an adult, who a grown person finna listen to a 14-year-old orchestrate something like this? Like, yeah, this is a whole 8th grader. Wait, 14, what, 9th grader? It's a whole 9th grader telling y'all to kidnap this child for ransom and all of this. There ain't no damn 14. You got to be a fool to believe that shit. Did all of these 28 and 38 and 32-year-olds run around here listening to a damn 14-year-old? Are y'all stupid? Then, okay, so let me pull this up. I want to play this for y'all just real quick. Hold on. Let me play this for y'all real quick. My bad. Okay. Let me pull this down. Draco, you on the right track, boo-boo, but you gotta stop saying that the 14-year-old is telling it all, because the 14-year-old must have been told to lie. He got to be lying. It just ain't no way that these grown people, that a 9th grader done put together all of this bullshit. Yeah, it's definitely. So let's go. Let me go to upper. Let's take one more look before we move on with the commentary. Let's take one more look at something, guys. I put together a video. It didn't get a whole lot of views yesterday, but I put together a video that I feel like was pretty damn good, because it really breaks down step by step this staged kidnapping that allegedly happened. And when you really, hold on one second, let me pull this down. Shit, how did I do that? When you really look at it step by step, you clearly see you clearly see that the shit was set up. Okay. This is Jamal on his bike. Okay. That's Jamal on his bike. Here come the Jeep Renegade pulling up. Okay. Hold on. he parked his car. The thing that is funny, not funny, but it's interesting to me is how everything is so in sync. The dad comes down the street, he pulls into the house. The Jeep Renegade even allows him to park his car first. He parks, boom, right on cue. The Jeep Renegade then pulls up. Jeep Renegade pulls up. They hopping out. The baby's still standing there. He's trying to figure out who that is. They hop out with weapons. Dad get out the car, run straight into the house, close the door. Right? They're gonna let's see. Hold on. Notice, pay attention, y'all. Let me scroll, let me see. Okay, let me take this comment down. I want y'all to see something. Notice that this guy, hold on. This guy right here in the white hoodie and the black pants, he was never going after the daddy. The other guy went after the daddy, but this guy right here was fixated on the child from jump. He get out the car, look at the guy in the white. Go straight after the boy. Wasn't thinking about the daddy. His job was to kidnap that boy or pretend to. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about the guy in the black. Let's talk about the gunman. They jump out the car. Guy in the white goes immediately after the son. Guy in the black had at least 10 seconds to shoot him before he ran into the door. And even when he ran into the door, why would a gunman stop at the steps? This is the most... You mean to tell me I sat there and said all of that and I was on mute? But let me say this. Okay, so let me start back over. Now, what I was saying was, I didn't realize I was on mute. What I was saying was that what this video shows is a direct contradiction to what Corey Williams and the 14-year-old are reporting. They're reporting that the objective was never to kidnap the child. They're reporting that the objective was to rob the mother because she's a known drug dealer in the area. But she wasn't home, so they decided to go to the father's residence. When they got to the father's residence, they said they were going to rob him. However, he took off. Y'all see him run. So then they decided to take the child for ransom or as collateral after they saw that they could not get the father. However, this video shows that as soon as they both met, also they're saying those 3 men. I guess the third man was still in the Jeep Renegade because we don't see a third man. But as soon as the guys jumped out of the vehicle, The black hoodie goes straight after the father, and white hoodie goes straight after the child. No questions asked. Immediately jumps out the car and starts trying to get the boy. This goes against what they are saying happened. This video shows that the child was the initial target. And I use target loosely because I still don't believe that this shit is real. I think they staged it. But as you can see, they jump out. Let's talk about the gunman. Look at the white hoodie. They jump out the car. Guy in the white goes immediately after the son. Guy in the black hat had at least 10 seconds to shoot him before he ran into the door. And even when he ran into the door, why would a gunman stop at the steps? This whole time, now the black hoodie getting ready to run back to the car. The guy in the white hoodie has, at this point, we can't see it in the camera, but at this point, he's already grabbed Jamal and they're getting ready to run back to their vehicle. Now, this whole time, the dad is actually in the house. The dad actually reported to the police that he saw them grab the boy, saw them run to the truck with the boy, and saw the vehicle take off with the child eastbound. So this nigga, I can't get past this. He's sitting in the house, peeking through the curtains, through the blinds, watching the boy get kidnapped. He stopped at the front porch. According to him, I believe that he also is involved. It just ain't no way in the world. This is the most polite gunman I've ever seen. He got manners, don't he? He's so polite. He said, well, I wasn't invited in, so I guess I'll stop right here because he did close the door. Come on, y'all. He could have shot him if he wanted to. He could have shot him if he wanted to. And if he wanted to, he could have bust through the door, kicked the door in. Unless he think he might have a weapon in there, but if he didn't want to go in, he could have shot through the window. He could have shot through the door. If you're trying to kill him, that's what you're gonna do. You playing around. You fucking around. You pussyfooting around. What did you really come to do? What kind of criminals are you? He's standing right in front. You had plenty of time to take him down. At least 4 shots by the time he done got to the door. He'd have been in corner. So as you can see, none of this stuff is adding up. Shows, like I said, that the target was the son. The black hoodie guy had to try to make it look like the father was, had to try to run up on the dad just to make it look realistic. But the other guy was doing what he came to do, which was to come get the boy. Okay, none of this shit is adding up. The kidnappers know the damn mama. The man sat in the house and peeked through the window until the car pulled off. Didn't call the police. Didn't do nothing. Watched them put the boy inside the vehicle. It then came out right on cue. Here we go. Look. He chased that boy down look all the way around the house. Literally stood there until the man got the baby. Look at him. Didn't think that y'all. You standing there waiting like it's a vehicle. Come on, y'all. I told you, hurry up and come. So the vehicle with the child, they take off. Now watch this. Soon as they take off, here he comes. Oh my God, let me hurry up and get him. Like I said, I call bullshit. I call bullshit. They all involved in this shit. I don't care what they done told the damn police. All of them are involved in this bullshit, in my opinion. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and pull up this. Here we go. Now, this is the arraignment of the uncle. Now, we all know, like I said, it's a whole family reunion at the Milwaukee State Jail over there. It's a whole family reunion over there going on right now. Now, this is the uncle here. The news reported that the uncle was arraigned, I believe today. Karen said Jamal going to be the main witness on the stand and put all of them away. I knew that he was going to eventually end up talking though. But, they don't need, what I will say is this. They need to further investigate the father. They don't need to let the mother go at all because the mother is definitely involved. They don't need to let her go. The father, I believe, is involved as well. The uncle is at, I'm gonna play this for y'all, but the uncle is at the this dude is actually at the search party shooting. You guys are getting ready to see what one of the state's attorneys said.
In court today, the uncle of the Milwaukee boy taken from his home, sparking a statewide Amber Alert. Prosecutors say 27-year-old Jamal White fired several shots at a car driving slowly right near the family home at 61st and Eustis the day after 7-year-old Jamal White was abducted. Police found the little boy safe on Saturday. According to the criminal complaint, White told investigators he shot at the car because, quote, he was scared for his family and he hid the gun behind the house in a wooded area. A father and son in that car were not hit. They claim they were trying to help in the search.
So this is the arraignment here. So from what the uncle's account, what he's saying is that he began firing off at the search party for this. If you guys remember, they all met up at Carmen Park the day after the abduction, or it was probably like around 3 p.m. or something like that. All gathered at Carmen Park to organize a search party. During that search party, the uncle started shooting. And I think now he's claiming that it was self-defense. But the state's attorney is getting ready to make a really good point and say, even if you are saying that you were shooting at the search party because it was self-defense, you didn't even go anywhere near or even hit the vehicle that you're saying that you were defending yourself against. So even that claim does not make any sense.
Boy. White told investigators because, quote, he was and he hid the gun behind the house in a wooded area. Father and son in that car were not hit. They claim they were trying to help in the search for the missing boy.
You allegedly were shooting at this car that was occupied by 2 people and did not hit the car at all. At all. So even if you were defending yourself, you didn't even make contact with the people that you were supposed to defending yourself from.
The commissioner set White's cash bond at.
Does that make any sense, you guys? Does it make any sense that he would be outside at the search party for the child, shooting around, shooting up in the air, cloud clapping, whatever he was doing? Because like the state's attorney just said, even if you were defending yourself, you didn't even hit the car that you're saying that you were defending yourself against. In my opinion, he was out there showing out, trying to look like he gave a damn, trying to look distraught, and was out there acting stupid because he knew damn well he probably involved in it too. Hell, all I said it. Now I know they're gonna probably, if people come across this video, they're gonna be talking shit in the comments. I don't give a damn. I don't believe none of these niggas. I think all of them are guilty. All of them had something to do with it. I think the mama had something to do with it. I think the daddy had something to do with it. I think the uncle had something to do with it. I think that I know that Corey had something to do with it. And now y'all expecting us to believe that a 14-year-old 9th grade child manipulated all of these adults and had them set up this kidnapping for ransom. Really a 9th grader? Come on now. Let me see if I can find let me go to this website really quick, y'all, because I want to see if I can find the picture where it clearly shows Corey Williams on the mother's social media. Let's see if I can find it. And a lot of people are mentioning the fact that Siobhan Williams, the mother, and Corey Williams have the same last name. And I guess they feel like, somehow that means something. I don't necessarily believe that means something, but I do, because the last name Williams is so common that I wouldn't necessarily look at that as evidence, like, they both have the same last name. Now, if they both had the same name, Quagmire, then I'd be like, yeah, they're related. But Williams, that's a very, very, very common last name, just like Jackson or Johnson. That's a very common last name. Not, so I don't know if I would look at that as any sort of evidence to say that they're related. Some people are saying that they look alike. Shoot. If somebody could send that photo to my inbox, I know here it is. I found it just in time. Now I'm mad that it doesn't have a date on there. I wish it would have had a date. But let me pull this up really quickly. So here you can see this looks like, I want to say this is Instagram. I think that's Instagram. But as you can see, this is the let me see if I can. The profile here that's circled in yellow is called, his name, Corey Williams' name on Instagram is All Profit period KC. So that's him right there, where it shows that he's liking one of her photos, one of her pictures on Instagram. So we know that they know of each other, even if they don't know, they're somehow affiliated. So what I would think that the Milwaukee Police Department should do is to pull phone records, see if she's had any text messages in exchange with him, phone calls exchange with him, any sort of contact, the date of the kidnapping, how often she was contacted the day after the kidnapping. They also need to look through their social media inboxes or social media accounts to see if they've had communication via social media, to see if they're to see what they were talking about there as well. So I think that there's a lot more investigation that needs to take place on that note. Now, I do want to refer back to the article that was just posted. This was yesterday, because I did do an update yesterday as well. Now, this is what was posted yesterday on hypefresh.com, and there's several other websites where, hold on one second, let me pull this down. Let's see. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to find something. Where it talks about Siobhan. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to find do something else at the same time. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Where it talks about how Siobhan was arrested just days after the child's rescue. And then, not to mention, from what he's still in the custody of CPS. So it says Williams, Siobhan, was arrested July 15th and booked into the Milwaukee County Jail on a charges pending status. Authorities have not yet filed a criminal complaint against her. Instead, she remains detained on a parole hold from the Department of Corrections, a legal mechanism allowing detention without bail while potential supervision violations are investigated. The saga began on Friday, July 11th, around 7:10 p.m., when a doorbell surveillance video captured the chilling moment. Two masked men abducted Jamal from his bicycle near 61st and Houston Street. His father, also seen on video, fled into the home, a move that later sparked widespread debate and criticism on social media. Despite a 911 call made, okay, so it does say in this article that a call was made shortly after the abduction. It doesn't say when or who made the call, but we do know, because it is reports out there that people are saying that the call was made 4 hours after the abduction. Like I said before, I can't verify when it was made. But moving on, it says an Amber Alert was not issued until nearly 5 hours later at 11:57 p.m., drawing backlash over the delay. Roughly 24 hours later, on Sunday evening, police found Jamal unharmed in a home near 39th and Lloyd. Corey, and then another thing, they done kidnapped this boy. They didn't leave the hood. They was 7 minutes away? Damn, like what type of shit? Anyway, Corey Williams, 25, was arrested at the scene. The following day, Jamal's uncle, 27-year-old Jamal White, was charged with recklessly endangering safety after allegedly firing shots at volunteer searchers. What the hell? What the hell, y'all say? Why are you outside at I still can't get past that. But anyway, then came the twist that stunned the community. Jamal's mother was jailed just 2 days later. Authorities have yet to clarify what, if any, direct role Siobhan Williams may have played in her son's abduction. The parole hold placed on her suggests she was already under DOC supervision. Such a hold can be triggered by various violations, from associating with other suspects to obstructing an investigation, or even technical breaches like missed a curfew. No formal charges have been filed. The prosecutors have up to 60 days to decide under Wisconsin law. A pre-revocation hearing is expected within 15 days to assess whether there is a probable cause for a violation. Milwaukee police confirmed that Jamal has been placed in the custody of Child Protective Services for medical evaluation and temporary protective placement. Decisions about his long-term care and whether he can be reunited with either parent will depend on the outcome of ongoing investigations and court evaluations of parental fitness. Corey Williams, arrested at the home where Jamal was found, is also under a probation hold. Through his connection to Siobhan, though his connection to Siobhan remains unclear. Both share the same last name, but police have not confirmed a familial link. Similarly, authorities have not said whether Siobhan had contact with any other suspects before or during the kidnapping. Now, this was published yesterday. We now are privy to the fact that Siobhan did have contact with the kidnappers the day that the child was kidnapped. However, she did not release that information to authorities. Suspicious. Now, it says investigators emphasize the case remains active and evolving. However, the lack of public information has fueled online speculation, prompting calls for caution and due process. Still, the community remains deeply divided over several aspects of the case. The Amber Alert delay has drawn demands for procedural reform, while the father's apparent flight during the kidnapping sparked debate over parental instinct and responsibility. Milwaukee County prosecutors have until September to decide whether to formally charge Siobhan Williams or to release her from the parole hold. Until then, the legal status of one of the central figures in this case remains unresolved. They don't need to release her. They need to charge her, period. I said what I said. She knew the damn kidnappers. She had communication with the kidnappers. One of the kidnappers was following her on social media and liking her pictures. The 14-year-old said that was involved knew Siobhan. So the 14-year-old knew Siobhan and knew Corey Williams. And you mean to tell me that Siobhan didn't know the 14-year-old? Oh my God, this is just stupid. This is just all over the place. So anyway, you guys know what my take on things is, okay? Regardless of what's posted on these news articles and all of this new information is, hey Blueberry, hey Love Cat, April, Karen Young. Yeah, Karen says ain't nobody bright in this whole situation. So that you guys know my take on it. My take on it is that I believe that all the family members orchestrated this kidnapping. I don't believe that the kidnapping was real. I don't believe a word of the 14-year-old that the 14-year-old is reporting. And that's just what I believe. Everything will come out in the wash soon. There's too many different suspicious things that have happened due to this kidnapping involving the actual family members. So I don't believe a word of anything that they say. I don't know if I think the 14-year-old could possibly be family or somehow. So I don't believe anything that anybody is saying. I think that Jamal, the mom, and Corey all had something to do with the kidnapping. And I really, that's just my take on it. Let me play this because I want to see hold on. Did I already played that? Let me get rid of that. Okay. This is a video that I saw on Facebook just now when I was searching for the social media post where Corey Williams was liking the social media post a couple of weeks ago before the kidnapping. Let's see what her take on the situation is.
So did y'all see that there has been an update in this Jamal White case? They have arrested a 38-year-old and a 14-year-old in connection with kidnapping that 7-year-old little boy. According to the criminal complaint, Corey borrowed his girlfriend's vehicle and he went and picked up the teenager and another individual that is also in jail too as well before they went over there to Jamal White's mother's house. Their intention was to rob the mother because she's supposed to be known as a UGG dealer and supposed to have money. When they arrived to the mother house, they seen that she wasn't there, so they switched the plans to rob the father instead. And that's when they got out with the pum-pums and ran up to him, and he ran in the house and left his son. So since they couldn't get the mother or the father, they took the son. So after that, Corey and the teenager contacted the mother and demanded $100,000 plus jewelry for the exchange of Jamal. The mother agreed to get him $10,000 and had supposed to meet them at the park, but the mama never showed up. Jamal told the police that he heard the men that took him talking on the phone to his mama, saying that she would come pick him up. That baby started crying and telling them the story, thinking about how his mama never came and picked him up. Once they became aware of the Amber Alert, the teen and the other individual left Jamal there with Corey at his residence. When authorities arrived, Corey left Jamal in the bathroom while he hid in the attic. Now, I know everybody been seeing things online about a GoFundMe, but the police have not said anything about this complaint that was just released today.
Don't say, okay, so basically she just reported the news. She didn't really give her opinion on anything. Hold on one second. Let me see if this is somebody just sent me something. What is this? Oh yes. Okay. So I got the inbox that I was just sent. I am already privy to that information. Hold on, you guys. Let me see something. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna come back with any further. Hey Krisha, we're gonna come back with any further updates that we hear. Sounds like this case is gonna get pretty crazy. So I'm gonna keep reporting to you guys as I get the information, on top of giving my own opinion on the situation. Like I said, I think that the whole the whole mess about the 14-year-old, I don't believe any of that crap. Okay. I think that the mother is going to eventually have to go ahead and explain a couple of things, because they're saying that they have pending charges against her. She hasn't been released yet, but I do think that they should hold the mother and she should be charged with something, because she did not communicate with the police where her child was, nor did she communicate that the child was being held for ransom. She simply just did not show up to meet the kidnappers. She let all of this go on until the next day, until the next evening before, anything was said. And then not even that, but she didn't even call the tip in. A family member called in the tip. So all of this is troubling to me. All of this is weird to me. And I think eventually the police are going to get down to the bottom of it. So I will talk to you guys soon on another live stream. Tomorrow's Friday. I will be live on a members only on Friday on my @Upper Reloaded channel. So I will not be on this channel tomorrow. I will be doing a members only. I do members only lives every Friday. I started last Friday. It's every Friday from 8 p.m. until. So again, I announced this in the beginning of the live. Let me just put it in the chat one more time. So if you're not subscribed to my other channel, just go to the search bar, type in @Upper Reloaded. There should be a link that says join. So if you want to be in my members only live tomorrow, make sure that you grab a membership on my other channel, not this one, @Upper Reloaded. All right, y'all. Thank you for participating in the chat. Thank you for helping me to reach my goal this evening. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Peace.